안녕하세요. 크립토인사이트 진행을 맡은 김세영입니다. 이번 한 주는 저희 프로그램에 정말 특별한 손님이 찾아오셨습니다. AI와 블록체인의 교차점에서 가장 주목받는 프로젝트 중 하나, 바로 플럭의 창립자이자 CEO 쑨지아하오 대표를 모셨습니다. AI를 위한 우버라는 별명답게 플럭은 탈중앙화 기술을 바탕으로 데이터 프라이버시, 모델소유권, 그리고 AI 생태계의 새로운 패러다임을 열고 있다는 평가를 받고 있죠. 오늘 이 자리에서는 플럭이 그리는 미래와 AI의 민주화란 과연 어떤 모습인지 보다 깊이 있는 이야기 나눠보도록 하겠습니다. 대표님 모셔볼게요. 안녕하십니까?
Hi, nice to meet you.
So first off, thanks for joining us on Crypto Insight. Can you tell us, our viewers, a bit about yourself and how you feel about being on the show today?
My name is 쑨지아하오, CEO and founder of FLock. FLock is a decentralized AI project where we build models in a private way that you don't have to submit your data to any third party. So that keeps everyone's data local, keeps everyone's model local, so you can actually run many interesting applications without needing to worry about your privacy being leaked. So we work with lots of industries like healthcare, banking, which data becomes so important that you don't want to leak them.
인사이트를 나누기 앞서서 한국에 어떤 일로 방문하게 되셨는지 좀 여쭤보도록 할게요. So before we dive into the insights, can you tell us what brought you to Korea?
This event, of course, and also we have our local events collaborating with the universities here, especially Sky universities. So it's happening right now that we are collaborating with Base and Alibaba to bring AI competition to many of our students here.
Yeah.
So actually this Saturday we're doing a closing ceremony. I'll be there as well in Korea University.
That's good. 네, 앞서 간단히 소개해드리긴 했지만 시청자분들께서 이 플럭이란 이름이 조금 낯설 수도 있을 것 같습니다. 먼저 대표님 본인에 대한 소개와 함께 플럭이 어떤 프로젝트인지 소개 들어보겠습니다. So could you please start by introducing yourself and tell us a bit about FLock is all about?
My name is 쑨지아하오, CEO and founder of FLock. I've been working in the AI industry for the past 10 years, especially working in the regulated industry as their head of AI, building such platforms and infra for AI, especially in healthcare, finance. So what FLock is building is this private AI solution, especially like Uber for AI, that everyone can join and build their AI together on the platform without needing to worry about their data privacy. So that's the name, what the name FLock means, federated learning blockchain. So it's a combination, FLock.
That's good. Okay. 그럼 이 플럭이라는 프로젝트가 어디서부터 출발했는지 이해하려면 대표님의 커리어 여정을 짚어보는 것이 중요할 것 같습니다. 왜 웹3라는 낯선 영역에 뛰어들었는지, 그리고 어떤 문제의식을 가지고 이 플럭을 시작하게 되었는지 그 배경을 한번 들어보겠습니다. So you've had a fascinating journey from the world of Web 2 to now leading innovation in Web 3. So can you tell us more about that transition?
Yeah. So it's actually very natural, like with my position in Web 2 and thinking about the solution in Web 3, because when I'm working in traditional industry, especially for those regulated industries, right, you know that your data cannot be shared between different business or even between different departments within the same business. So that creates a big issue, especially for the large language model era where you need lots of data to train the model. So data is so important. But if you can't share those data, you can't actually train a better model. So I was always trying to thinking about solutions to solve these data silo issues. So FLock is a solution because with blockchain and with federated learning solution, that can make it happen, which cannot easily achieve in traditional Web 2.
오케이. 그러면 제가 질문을 조금 더 확장해서 드려보겠습니다. 지금은 전통 AI 시장에 수천억 달러가 쏟아지고 있는데 그 안에서 플럭 같은 탈중앙화 AI 프로젝트가 어떻게 경쟁력을 가질 수 있는지 좀 들어보고 싶은데요. So there are hundreds of billions of dollars being invested in traditional AI. How can decentralized AI compete with that?
I would say it's more of a collaboration or more of targeted audiences in different ways, right? So traditional AI or centralized AI is still very important because they're building the foundation models and those foundation models can be super strong. But then while in decentralized AI, where we were more focused on how to deploy into specific use cases where traditional centralized AI cannot achieve. For example, nowadays in many of the hospitals or banks, they still cannot use OpenAI because we all know OpenAI is not open, it's closed, right? You can't know that what kind of data is being submitted to to that API. So in many businesses, they just cannot use OpenAI. So that's why we exist for decentralized AI solutions like FLock, that we can build such models with those clients, with those enterprises, that they don't need to worry about their data being leaked.
오케이. 그래서 최근에 이제 크립토와 AI를 결합한 스타트업들이 정말 많이 등장하고 있는데 이 치열한 시장 속에서 플럭이 또 어떤 점에서 다르고 가장 자신 있는 기술적 강점이 무엇인지 들어보겠습니다. So there are many emerging crypto AI startups. How does FLock differentiate itself and what are your biggest strengths?
Yeah, I would say in the whole crypto AI industry, there are about like 3 important elements that build the whole industry. Well, even in traditional AI, right? Data, how do you collect your data or where your data comes from? Compute, how do you run those models and how do you use those data? And the model itself. So it's model, compute, data. That's a triangle for all the businesses in this industry. Yeah, there are other friends who is doing decentralized compute. So for example, they use GPUs from everywhere to aggregate them all together, right? There are people doing decentralized data, so everyone can label their own data, contribute their own data. And for us, it's on the model side. So we build models. FLock builds decentralized models that leveraging data in a decentralized way, leveraging compute in a decentralized way. So for us, yeah, there's probably only a handful of the credible startups or companies in the industry that's actually building decentralized models, because it's the hardest part. You need to have a strong team, a strong research background in your own team, right? Like us, like we're all from Oxford University, and the research all from Oxford, so that's super important.
You guys are brains.
Yeah, because otherwise, yeah, it's hard to actually deploy in the model side.
Okay, so I've heard your strengths. So 그런데 그 플락의 철학을 좀 더 살펴보면은 AI의 민주화라는 개념을 중심에 두고 계신 것 같습니다. 사실 민주화라는 단어는 많이 쓰이지만 플럭은 그걸 구체적으로 어떻게 실현하고 있는지 들어볼게요. So what does democratization of AI really mean and how is FLock making it a reality?
Yeah, I think there was a good saying in crypto about not your private key, not your money, or not your wallet. Not your private key, not your wallet, right? So same for AI. In our sense, it's not your models, it's not your AI. Meaning that if you don't own that model, you don't actually know how that model is built. For example, if you use OpenAI ＣhatGPT today, right? You don't actually know how it was built, right? And you don't actually know how many of your data has already been submitted, and you don't actually get anything out of those, well, except for using that model itself. So for us, democratization, that actually means how everyone owns their own model, their own data. So I know how the model should be trained, how it should react to my questions, so I can make it, customize it to my needs. So for personal ones like personal assistants that can get all your data, can help you running very curated personal requests, or for enterprises, right, running businesses, running models that's being specified into their own business. So yeah, that's how democratization means in our context.
So, 플럭 플랫폼에서 실제로 데이터, 컴퓨터, 모델의 주권을 행사한 구체적인 사례를 여쭤보겠습니다. Could you share a concrete success story where users exercise their sovereignty over data, compute, or models on the FLock platform?
Yeah. There was a very interesting one that we collaborated with University College London, that we rolled out a retail application called Baby4D. So it's like a very interesting application for those new moms that they might have their ultrasound of their baby, right? In the first months or first several weeks. And we run a local model to render a face for that baby. For the future.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like in 10 months later, how your baby will look like. So there are people actually paying for that. So I would.
How much would it be?
It will be about 100, 200 pounds.
Oh, that's
yeah.
Okay.
It's like a premium service if you want, right? But in this whole process, of course, your ultrasound is private data and it's medical data. It's a very sensitive, right? You don't want to send it over to everywhere.
Of course.
Yeah. So
it's my baby.
yeah. So that's why we have this service, deploy this FLock model with Baby4D, so users can actually safely run their own model and then render the face for their baby. Yeah. So it's like fun thing. So we build lots of such retail applications with our clients, enterprises, especially in the healthcare industry where everyone can get it. It's so important, right? We recently collaborated with Asian labs in Korea as well. We're trying to use AI to discover a new drug discovery, and it's also super important because the collaboration might go through different countries, like in Hong Kong, in London, UK, and here in Korea. So none of those data can transmit between different countries, of course. So how do we collaborate the hospitals together without needing them to worry about, okay, my medical record or medical data is being transmitted somewhere else? So that's where we always do in our business.
Oh, I also want to use that model, the baby model.
Yeah, sure.
That's cool.
I'll send you over afterwards.
Okay. 지금까지는 그 플럭의 철학과 구조에 대해 이야기해봤다면 이번에는 실제 고객들과의 접점에 대해서 들어보겠습니다. 주요 타깃이 누구이며 그 기술이 어떤 변화를 가져다 줄 수 있을지 여쭤볼게요. So, who are your target customers and how does your product impact them?
I think for our target customers, majority of them are the industries where data privacy is a must, right? Like I mentioned many times in public sectors, like healthcare, like finance, as our strong parts of our target clients. But also we expanded to more very interesting industries like manufacturing, like even sports industry. Because like anywhere that there comes with competition, that I don't want to share my data with you, but there's a need of large quantity of data to train a better model. So lots of such industries as our targeted, and we would very much love to develop and co-build retail applications with them together. So just like the baby for the example, right. So if we just build a model for the hospital, it's like a business use case, and they use in the hospitals. We also want them to roll out a retail app for the retail users, so they can understand or they can experience the thing that FLock is building.
플럭이 일반 소매 사용자에게 미친 영향은 무엇이며 왜 관심을 가져야 되는지도 들어보겠습니다. So how does FLock impact everyday retail users and why should they care about that?
I think like as of today, many of those data that we actually generated has been freely used by those centralized AI models, right? So OpenAI is using our data to train their model, but nothing to do with me, right? And I also have no idea how that model will react. So for retail users every day using FLock, either you can stake in, to join the training in our platform to help secure the network, or you can participate, become one of the trainers or become one of the contributors of the data, so you know that, okay, everything that you experience is well secured. And apart from that, we also, as I mentioned again, we also have our retail applications, and Baby4D is just one of them. We'll have lots of those applications people can actually use in a form of iOS application or in a web application. Everyone can just log on to experience the different functionalities that we provide.
Oh, so we can use the application to see that kind of baby face like
that?
Okay. So 이쯤에서 많은 분들이 궁금해하실 부분이 바로 이 프로젝트는 어떻게 수익을 내는가일 텐데요. 이 플럭이 어떤 방식으로 비즈니스를 운영하고 있고 실제로는 어떤 수익 구조를 가지고 있는지 들어보겠습니다. Who are your key customers or partners today, and how does the company generate the revenue?
Yeah, for us, majority of the revenue comes from enterprise services. Like I mentioned about the hospital, about the banks, right? They'll pay us as an engineering fee or the maintenance fee for the model. So that's our main revenue income from the enterprises. In the future, we might think of or expand to more retail applications and retail incomes, as I mentioned again about those retail apps, right? People need to pay for single use, so that will generate our retail revenue source as well.
오케이. 그렇다면 하반기에 이제 특히 커뮤니티와 관련한 주요 이니셔티브가 있다면 어떤 것들이 예정되어 있는지도 들어볼게요. Looking ahead to the second half of the year, right? So what major community or platform initiatives should we be watching for?
Oh, yes. So we've been working with very strong, actually the top international institution in the world. So that there will be lots of initiatives coming from that institution. Well, we'll release the news very soon. And then to help many of the public sectors, many of the developing countries to actually bring decentralized AI to many of such places, because we know that in this world, maybe United States or China, they have strong AI, right? But many of the smaller countries, they don't. So how do we push those into the more developing countries and helping them establish infra for AI in a more decentralized way, so that they don't have to rely on a centralized API usage on another country. They can have their own infra for their own country. So yeah, that's lots of those things that we're happening, expanding our community. So not only just focusing on the crypto community, more on the wider community in the retail for everyday use AI.
You think Korea is developed in AI?
Yeah, well developed. Yeah, I know like there's some LG even have their own LLM. That's quite impressive.
Oh, you know the LLM? Oh. Have you used it before?
Not personally, but I know that they've got a very good ranking in the in the competition board.
Yeah.
Maybe one or two, top one or two. Yeah, it's great.
Okay. 그럼 장기적으로 바라봤을 때 플럭의 비전은 무엇인지 들어볼게요. 그리고 그 여정에서 가장 큰 도전은 무엇이라고 보실까요? Big picture. So what is your long-term vision for FLock, and what are the biggest challenges you face on that path?
Yeah, I think in long term, we want FLock to be a very important infrastructure for the whole decentralized AI industry. So we want many of the use cases, applications being built on FLock, so that everyone can use FLock applications without needing to worry about as I said, privacy, as I said, the model usages and also their own revenue occurring. So in terms of the blockers or challenges, I guess it's more about adoption of the concept, mass adoption of the reason why people want to work in a decentralized way in terms of the AI building, so that they, as long as people can get more clear on the vision, and also when they get convenience on the applications. In some cases, in traditional AI, they can't do. Then they will feel that, oh, okay, so it's only with FLock, only with decentralized AI can I have application like a Baby 4D, right? Because otherwise, my data is everywhere. Yeah. So that's where I think the challenges are, and we need to deliver the message and build more applications that can service our clients.
오케이. 플럭은 그 프라이버시라는 보안성에 대해서 좀 많이 중점적으로 두고 있는 것 같습니다. 그렇다면 특히나 이제 한국에서도 플럭의 행보가 주목을 받고 있는데, 최근에는 개발자, 커뮤니티, 해커톤, 대학 등 여러 활동 본격화되고 있는데요. 올해 하반기, 특히나 한국 시장에서는 어떤 부분에 중점을 두고 계신지도 들어보겠습니다. So what are your strategic priorities for Korea in the near term, especially in the second half of this year?
Yeah, we, as I just mentioned, right, we are having lots of our initiatives in Korea market, especially for universities and also for our collaboration with university professors. We've already onboarded 2 professors onto our advisory board from Korea University, where we will build this, drug discovery, AI-enabled drug discovery company, especially for those large quantity of data and training that can incur across different borders. That's like a niche thing that only FLock can do, right? For traditional AI, that they can't actually use them because they don't want to risk of sending such important data to somewhere, I don't know, in SF. SF.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's generally those plans that we have, and we have our local team here as well. Like Kevin Coles, our APAC lead, who's building our good community. Our developer community relationships, especially for the students, the hackathon competitions that's happening these days. So yeah, that's our plan, especially for the second half.
그렇죠. 방금 말씀해주신 우리 한국 전략과도 좀 연결되는 내용인데요. 최근에 플럭이 고려대학교 교수진을 자문단으로 영입했다는 소식을 들었습니다. 그 배경과 협업 계획은 무엇인지 들어보겠습니다. So we've heard that FLock recently onboarded Korea University professors as advisors. So what was the reasoning behind it, and how do you plan on collaborating?
Yeah, so it's mainly because we want to bring more initiatives in different jurisdictions, because the power of FLock really sits in those collaborative scenarios where data cannot be transmitted, right? So we have our collaborator in London, University College London Hospital, and also Morse Eye Hospital. So we want to expand that relationship with more partners in other regions, like in Korea, like in Hong Kong or other places. So that's our general strategy, trying to onboard more of the hospitals, universities, professors in different regions, so that we can build a larger model, better solution. That only FLock can do.
So you collaborate with Korea University, right?
Yeah.
How about other universities in Korea?
Oh yeah, we will do.
Oh.
Yeah, it's mainly because we're quite close with them. So there was a student association student club called Blockchain Valley who used to be our validator on our network as well, and who are still very strong on this. Okay. So we have great collaboration and a friendship with them.
Okay.
We started with there, but we'll expand, of course.
또 다른 한국 대학교와의 콜라보레이션을 한번 기대해 보겠습니다. 공동 연구 그리고 산학 협력 외에 진행하고 싶은 새로운 형태의 파트너십도 여쭤볼게요. So beyond joint research or industry academic cooperation, are there any new types of partnerships you'd like to pursue?
Oh yeah. Well, maybe not only in Korea but also in many regions of the world. Yeah, we always constantly to pushing our boundaries of how FLock can be used, not only just in our kind of the strongest zooms in finance, healthcare, and public sectors, but also, as I mentioned just a bit earlier, right, more industries like manufacturing, like sports, because those are the areas where we figure out, actually there were competitions between different entities, and then data becomes super important. And many of those industries, they are data driven. So anywhere that with data driven businesses, and then data becomes so important, I think that FLock should step in, because with FLock that they can build a better solution that can actually shaping their new strategy for AI.
네, 오늘 정말 깊이 있는 이야기를 많이 나눠봤는데요. 마지막으로 대표님 개인적으로 이 플럭을 만들면서 아니면 이 여정을 걸어오면서 배운 점이나 공유하고 싶은 인사이트가 있다면 시청자분들께 한 말씀 들어보겠습니다. So this will be the last question. What's one major insight or lesson you've learned while building FLock? And any final insights or learnings you'd like to share to our viewers?
Right. So I think building FLock, there's been lots of journey that we've been through, right? I guess the most important insight is that we are super strong as a research-focused company. So every component of FLock that we will publish a paper on the top conferences or top journals of AI, just to make sure every component of this FLock tech stack is solid and it's all peer-reviewed. So I guess that's a very important part of it, where if you just bring up a concept, say, I'm going to build FLock, and there's no academia peer review just to verify all the technology, everything behind, then that'll be hard for people to believe it, right? So our strategy from day one is research focused. We need to make sure that everything we publish, that's like a very solidly experimented, and then it can be published to the public, and it can be reviewed by the professors of the whole world. So I guess that's kind of like insights of how you actually build a very tech-heavy company to make sure that all your tech stacks are solid. Yeah.
So, do you have any plan to visit Korea again in the future?
Yeah. I guess I'll frequently come here. We have our team locally based here, and also there are events for Korea, especially Korean Blockchain Week, right?
KBW.
So KBW, yeah. I guess everyone will be here.
It's in September, right?
It's end of September, yeah.
Do you do something in KBW?
Yeah, we will have our own events. We will have our own sponsor side events as well. So we probably will do a very large one to bring all our business partners and collaborators all together into Seoul.
In Korea?
Yeah, in Korea.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll see you on September.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Okay.
Of course.
Will you come to our show again?
Sure. If there's a new opportunity, of course. Happy to. Always happy to.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
you
you.
for your insights
Cheers.
today.
Thank you.
네, 지금까지 크립토인사이트에서는 플럭의 창립자이자 CEO인 쑨지아하오 대표와 함께 탈중앙화 AI의 현재와 미래, 그리고 데이터 주권 시대의 기술적 대안을 함께 살펴봤습니다. 앞으로도 플럭이 그리는 미래가 웹3 AI의 기준이 될 수 있을지 지속적으로 주목해 보도록 하겠습니다. 네, 더 많은 인사이트를 원하시는 분들은 방송이 끝나고 나서 저희 유튜브 채널 가시면요, 더 많은 영상들 있으니까요, 그쪽으로 가서 시청해 주시면 되겠습니다. 저희 방송은 투자 권유 목적이 아니며 정보 제공을 위한 방송입니다. 가상자산은 높은 병동성과 위험을 내포하고 있으며 투자는 항상 투자자의 판단과 책임에 의해서 이루어져야 한다는 점 말씀해 드리도록 하겠습니다. 네, 저희는 다음 주 금요일 10시 반 더 깊은 인사이트로 돌아오도록 하겠습니다. 오늘 저희 크립토인사이트 끝까지 시청해주신 여러분 고맙습니다.